Hi, Valdosta. I'm Christy, the face of Fox. Be sure to catch Kitchen Nightmares tonight on Fox 49 WTLH.
This Face of Fox is brought to you by South Georgia and North Florida's custom home builder, America's Home Place. This is Fox 49 Morning News, North Florida and South Georgia's home for local news at 7 a.m. Now, Fox 49 Morning News.
In the headlines today, thousands of criminals are off the streets this morning, and we'll tell you about the operation that landed them behind bars.
A Tallahassee police officer who was acquitted of an assault charge was still fired from his job. We'll tell you why.
In just 11 days until the votes are tallied and our new president is elected, we'll tell you how both candidates are preparing.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fox 49 Morning News.
And let's check in with Rob Nicotola for a look at our forecast. Rob.
Well, good morning, everybody. Live megawatt Doppler radar screen, all clear, all quiet for us. A lot of the excitement stays east, a lot of the other excitement coming from the west, and today we kind of get more of the same. Warm and humid for sure. Hurricane Sandy, it's there doing its thing, and it's going to bring clouds, yes, a little breeze, sure. Rain chances, though, look like they're staying east. The full forecast in a few minutes. First, let's get started.
Thank you very much, Rob. Well, Tallahassee police were called out early this morning to Killarn Estates to handle a strange vehicle accident.
Lots of police cars were seen at about 4 a.m. on Killarney Way, and that's the main road into the subdivision. And TPD says that there was an accident involving a vehicle, and a woman in the vehicle ran out screaming. Now, officers were called out to look for her, and she has been found, but a man has not been located, and we'll bring you more information as it becomes available.
A statewide crackdown lands thousands of criminals behind bars.
Operation Felon Sweep led to the arrest of close to 12,000 criminals throughout Florida. In Leon County alone, 275 felons are now behind bars, facing 768 felony charges. Sheriff Larry Campbell of LCSO says that the sweep took place between September 28th and October 21st.
Focus on removing the violent felons with outstanding warrants, sexual offenders, and predators from our communities.
The Florida Sheriff's Task Force teamed up with the state's 43 sheriff offices during this 3-week operation.
A Tallahassee police officer acquitted of an assault charge last week was fired from the force on Thursday. A jury found Lyle Otley not guilty of aggravated assault. He was accused of forcing his way inside his ex-girlfriend Erica Brooks' home back in May. She and her new boyfriend say that Otley then threatened them. While he was acquitted of the assault charge, TPD says they still found his behavior unbecoming of an officer. Otley's attorney says they plan to fight the termination.
A FAMU sorority has been cleared in a criminal hazing investigation. FAMU's Kappa Psi Psi professional healthcare sorority was put on suspension about 2 weeks ago. FAMU administrators had received a complaint that pledges were required to stand in place for hours and humiliated while being forced to perform what's described as impossible tasks. Tallahassee police investigators say the actions did not meet the standard for criminal hazing.
Seminole Grand Apartments in Tallahassee released an official update on Tuesday. On Sunday morning, a floor at the apartment collapsed underneath a party of more than 100 people. Here's what the statement said, quote, "It is beyond dispute that the number of guests in the upstairs unit, upstairs unit at the time of the accident far exceeded the allowable capacity of the unit. Whether additional factors contributed to the accident remains to be determined, but the excessive number of individuals allowed into the unit by the party promoters cannot be overlooked as a contributing cause of the accident."
Well, to politics now. The clock is ticking as the battle for the Oval Office hits the final stretch.
President Obama and Republican challenger Mitt Romney are hitting the swing states, paying particular attention to Ohio with less than 2 weeks until Election Day. Fox 49's Steve Brown has the latest from Columbus.
You guys getting donuts?
President Obama starting off the day at a donut shop in Tampa, Florida, getting dozens of glazed treats for a planned visit of a firehouse downtown.
For President of the United States.
Later, he addressed supporters at a nearby campaign rally, part of the president's 48-hour campaign frenzy.
So I've come to Florida today to ask you for your vote.
From there, he was off to Richmond, Virginia for another rally.
Are you fired up? Are you ready to go?
The president spent the day painting Republican challenger Mitt Romney as someone who, because he constantly switches positions, simply cannot be trusted.
Trust matters. You know, you want to know that whoever's in the Oval Office is going to fight for you.
Next president of the United States, Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney spending the entire day in Ohio with campaign events in Worthington, Defiance, and Cincinnati.
The Obama campaign is slipping because he's talking about smaller and smaller things, despite the fact that America has such huge challenges.
Polls suggest that Obama has a narrow lead in Ohio. Romney is trying to tighten that gap, saying the path the president has the country on right now has no new answers to the nation's problems.
The president has the same old answers as in the past. He wants another stimulus, he wants to hire more government workers, and he wants to raise taxes.
The president is wrapping up his campaign day with a stop in Cleveland. Just based on the activity level, both recent and future, on both campaigns through the state of Ohio, it is clear that the road to the White House comes through the Buckeye State. In Columbus, Steve Brown, Fox News.
In Florida, Governor Rick Scott is pushing school districts to open their own charter schools to try out new approaches to teaching. It's part of an education agenda that Scott rolled out on Thursday. He also wants to refrain from implementing new testing requirements unless they support the core standards that are being adopted by 45 states. The governor also announced plans for a $2 million teaching training program.
The Florida PTA announced Thursday they are encouraged with Governor Scott's education goals. They released this statement, quote, "This combination will lead the way for true student success by prioritizing the needs of our students and teachers, providing the proper tools, and including parents as key stakeholders in education." He goes on to say, "We are confident Florida's education system will become a model to be envied."
Meantime, the governor is canceling events on his schedule to be with his mother, who is seriously ill. On Twitter Thursday morning, the governor asked Floridians to pray for his mother, Esther. She's fighting an infection and is in an intensive care unit in Kansas City. Esther Scott was a mainstay on the 2010 campaign trail and was featured in a television ad where she told Florida voters that her son was a good boy. She was at her son's side the day that he became Florida's 45th governor.
I'm so proud of you. I love you, Dad. My mom pushed me to read all the time. It paid off.
A spokeswoman for Scott said the governor is canceling events planned for today and Saturday.
Making high school students think about their future. This was the goal of a career fair on Thursday. Administrators held a career fair at Godby High School in Tallahassee. Students had the opportunity to explore more than 40 careers, from engineering, forestry to education, media, and others.
I think it's a great opportunity for, Godby students to be able to learn about whatever careers they want to go into and actually get information on it.
College students don't even know what they want to do. And if we can get exposed now, then we can slowly make our own decision of what we want to do and not waste so much money in college switching from career to career.
This career fair happens every year at Godby High.
And the We Can Do It Better 2012 tour truck made a stop in Tallahassee. Riding in that truck were veterans and military supporters. They pulled up right in front of the Vietnam Memorial for about an hour and a half, and that was on Thursday. And this was their 7th day on their 10-day national tour. They're driving through the USA, calling attention to the issues that our military faces. The military, is a disenfranchised group when it comes to voting, and they want to shorten the wait time that veterans get and their VA assistance. And now their next stop is in Tampa.
Okay, I'm glad the next stop is Tampa, not the other side of the coast where, well, I tell you, the storm is really churning up some deep water, some flooding.
It sure looks like it's some flooding, and nobody wants to drive around in flooding. Rob, how bad has it gotten out there?
You know, it's bad enough up and down the east coast of Florida. Not crazy like it was in parts of the Bahamas. Not as much as it will be, I think, much further north along the U.S. coastline when you start heading up to the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast for early next week, when this storm, even if it loses its tropical characteristics, is still going to be a huge deal up there. For us, it's small potatoes. We'll break down the full forecast next.